Hello, I'm Jim, and welcome to Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast. This podcast is an exploration of a rich history, the stories and memories of those who made and make Rallying in America so great. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast. This week, my guest is Greg Wilcox. Greg is an avid hill climb competitor, as well as part of the 2026 Paul Giblin Memorial Climb to the Clouds organizing committee. Well, Greg, welcome to the podcast. Appreciate you taking your time out of your busy afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is something we've been chatting about for a while, so cool to finally get together and chat.
Yeah, definitely. So why don't you introduce yourself and let us know what your title is in that for SCCANH?
Sure. So I'm Greg Wilcox. I'd say primarily a Mitsubishi Evo driver, but I got roped into helping chair/run and help put on the 2026 Paul Giblin Memorial Climb to the Clouds. So that would be my title with SCCNH.
All right, terrific. When was the last Climb to the Clouds?
It was 2021.
2021. So it's been a little while.
Yeah. To jump right in and tell you, Paul Giblin, the gentleman who put this event on for, I wasn't around in 1990, but from what I've heard, he showed up to the event and it was somewhat disorganized, and he jumped in and took it over. And from 1990 to 2021, he put every event that was held on. So that's why this event is in his honor. He passed away shortly after the 2021 event. I don't remember exactly which year.
Okay.
And then the Auto Road had some redesign at the base. So they used to have an old toll booth with an old bridge, and they put a bigger road in with a better toll booth. And so that kind of derailed running the event for the 5-year gap between 21 and 26.
Okay. And since then, correct me if I'm wrong, it's completely paved now, right? 100%?
Yeah, 100% paved. The famous Cragway dirt turn is no longer dirt.
Right.
So you won't get any cool sliding on dirt photos. And then I believe, and I could be wrong as to how many miles of road at the bottom were repaved.
Okay.
But I want to say 2 to 3 miles of the road at the start were paved. Now, what does it look like after a New England winter? Who knows? We'll find out coming up here. I think next weekend I'm going up to drive the road and see what it looks like.
Okay, excellent. So how long have you been with the SCCNH, and how long have you helped them out? And for those who don't know, it's a sports car club of New Hampshire.
Yeah. So to tell you the long story, at last summer in June, maybe, I was out at Mid-Ohio Grid Life with a good friend of mine. I trailer his Honda Fit to these Grid Life events.
Oh, okay.
And it's cool. I pick crew for him, and he picked crews for me, and, good friend. Either way, we ran into another friend of mine who I've known for years, who I used to sell Subaru parts to back when I parted Subarus out in college. And he's the marketing lead for Subi Mods. I don't know if you know Subi Mods at all, but they sell mostly, Subaru parts, but also all the safety equipment you'd need for your car.
Yeah.
So there's a plug for Subi Mods.
There you
go. But either way, I said, hey, I know these guys are trying to put on this event. Let me get you in touch with them. I don't know if you guys could work something out, but I know Subi Mod sponsors Grid Life, so maybe they have interest in Mount Washington. So I texted one of the guys I know who was on the organizing committee, and he said, well, why don't you attend our next meeting? I said, okay, I'll see what they have to say. So I show up to the next meeting virtually because I was out in Oregon visiting my brother, and go through the whole meeting, chat and listen and whatever. And I know all the guys, right? Because I've been around hill climb since 2019. Or no, sorry, 2016. Been racing since 2019. And then at the end of the meeting, they said, well, actually, we're kind of looking for somebody to take this event over and run it and get it off the ground and make it happen. And in my head, I was like, well, now I know why I got invited to this meeting. But as somebody who just loves racing, I said, well, not that I necessarily want the job, but if somebody needs to do it, and that's what it takes for me and all my buddies to park our cool cars at the top of Mount Washington in August, let's do it.
Yeah.
And so probably July that was. And I've now taken my nursing skills, which are, have nothing to do with marketing, and turned them into a second job in marketing, trying to get this event off the ground.
Oh, fantastic. Now, were you, prior to that, were you a club member or maybe a member of the New England Hill Climb Association prior to that?
Yeah, so to make it a little more complicated, New England Hill Climb Association is made up of 3 clubs.
Oh, okay.
Sports Car Club of Vermont, Killington Sports Car Club, and Sports Car Club of New Hampshire. They all hold hill climbs that are part of this New England Hill Climb Association series. So I've been showing up to those events since 2016. And I always joke around and say I'm non-denominational and I just like racing. So every 3 years, a different club hosts our year-end banquet, and that's usually who I pay my, I don't know what the right word is, membership dues to, I think is the right thing to call it. So if KSCC is hosting the banquet, I'm a member that year, and if it's SCCNH, I'm a member that year. So I don't know. I've been around for, 10 years, but I don't know if I've been a paying member for 10 years.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you started in 2019. Now, have you always had your Evo, or has it been?
No, unfortunately, we all make bad decisions. Yeah. We make bad decisions, and so I started in a Subaru. No, it was cool. The story there, a buddy of mine raced a Subaru Outback with the back chopped off, and he called it the Without Back. It was super cool. I'll have to send you. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I'll have to send you a picture. But he sold that car and got into something else, and that car wound up being some random dude's daily driver in and out of Boston every day for work.
Oh, wow.
And then it popped up on Facebook Marketplace, like really cheap. And like, well, I know the car, so I called my friend who lives local here. And I'm like probably 2 hours from Boston. And I said, hey, Patrick, I'm going to go pick up Liam's old car. Do you want to come with me? Yeah, sure. So we go out there with the trailer, and the guy's like, do you want to drive it? I'm like, no, not really. I already know the car. I'm just here to buy it. And so I raced that 2019 and part of 2021. 2020, we didn't have any events because of COVID. And then in there, I had bought and sold an E36 M3, and I used that money to buy my first Evo.
Oh, okay.
And now I own 5 of them, so it just gets worse.
Because when we talked the other day, you were actually waiting for one to arrive, right?
Yeah,
from Canada, I believe.
Yep. A good friend of mine up there posted one up really cheap that had rod knock, so I paid him for it. He brought it down, and I pulled the engine out and dropped it off my engine guy today. So
excellent! You've had a busy day. So it's not uncommon, right? For I've been working on the history of Climb the Clouds. But it's not uncommon to have some stock, cars, but then some really heavily modified cars as well.
Yeah.
So that Outback without the back, was that considered a heavy mod, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it had a half cage, not a full cage. And that's the cool thing about the local events that are part of New England Hill Climb Association.
Yeah.
You could run just like a stock car. You got a stock Volkswagen GTI, or we've seen a couple of the GR Corollas come through now. It's like just something totally stock without a cage, all the way up to like my buddy Patrick, who won this series overall last year, has like a
Mm-hmm.
home built Impreza body with a H6 out of an SDX with a massive turbo on it,
Oh, wow.
making
Okay.
500 horsepower.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the Outback. I don't know. I ran it in the same class actually that the Evo runs in, Street Prepared 3. So
Yeah.
it's like a power to weight type of thing. But the Evo, I always say a turbo makes up for a lot of bad driving skill.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's a lot faster.
Wow. So if it can it be hill climbing, can it be compared to, like rallycross? So it's a fairly easy um, way to get in and entry. You don't need, a very expensive car,
Yeah, I mean
right?
exactly. Rallycross, autocross have super low barrier to entry.
Yeah.
And hill climb, we try to make it very easy. At least in New England, I know like the SCCA stuff, which is run everywhere else in the country, you have to have at least a roll bar.
Okay.
For us in New England, if you have just a stock car with a stock seat and a stock belt, you need a fire extinguisher, an air horn, and a helmet that's good. And the fire extinguisher is not because we care if you burn your car down; it's because the insurance really cares if you burn the forest down.
Oh, okay.
So
So you got to squash that as soon as possible, yeah, before it
yeah, yeah.
exits the vehicle, so to speak.
We had one guy who had a meltdown at Tech one year about this, and he's like, "I race track days all over the country," and he just wasn't getting it. And I said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna sound kind of rude, but nobody cares about your car. What I care about is running this event again next year."
Right.
You
Oh,
know.
yeah.
So, and then he finally got it. Like, oh, okay, I guess there is reason.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you compete, do you strictly just compete in New England or do you travel to other states?
I love traveling around and seeing all these other events. I've run
Mm-hmm.
um, Duryea the last 2 years, so 24 and 25, which is down in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's almost in my backyard. So,
Yeah, if I would highly recommend checking that event out. This year, not going to make it because it's the weekend after Mount Washington,
yeah.
and I think I'm going to be a little tired. So, and I also don't think my work would appreciate another weekend off. So, I'm not going to make it this year. But I did go down and run Pine Mountain in Kentucky this
Mm-hmm.
year,
Oh, nice.
which was in Pineville. And so I primarily compete in every New England event. The only one I've missed in the last 5 years is because my brother got married and he was unwilling to change the date of his wedding.
How dare you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I
Selfish.
asked. I am not going to lie. I asked. And his now wife was like, it was a small backyard wedding. She's like, yeah, we could do it the next weekend. And my brother was like, no. I'm like, okay, you know what? Fair enough. Got it.
Right.
So,
That's funny. So, there was one just in Vermont, this past weekend? The
yeah, we
Scutney?
raced the Scutney. Yeah.
Uh, so you competed in that one. How did you do?
I was first in class and
Excellent.
14th overall, I think. I don't know if you're familiar with the Mitsubishi Evo platform at all, but it's got plug wires that go from a igniter or whatever you want to call it, coil pack. I can't think of the right term, but
Yeah.
it's a plug wire and it goes to your spark plug. And ever since I bought the car, they've always kind of popped off, and the road going up a Scutney is insanely rough.
Okay.
So I rattled them loose, and on the run that I did, 3 minute 59 second time, which is quick. I It started breaking up like as soon as the road got rough past the bridge, and I said I'm
Mm.
just gonna make it to the top. So I knew exactly what had happened, and I'm like just gonna milk it. And then I took another run, and the same thing happened, so I just stopped running for the day. But
Gotcha. We'll be right back. Often overlooked, definitely misunderstood, don't go adventuring on OEM batteries. Mitigate the risk with a high quality offering from the team over at Melee Design. With years of experience and use case data at the top levels of professional motorsports, they have options for all of your automotive and power sports needs. Now back to the show.
yeah, that was a fun event. We had Ryan Turek out. He's primarily an FD driver. I don't know if you know him at all. He's a New Hampshire local.
Yeah, I've heard of him, and I follow him, and he has that beautiful Toyota, right?
Yeah, he's got a beautiful Celica with like every option and every upgrade that you would want, including
Mm-hmm.
Riger Rally suspension, and he
Yeah.
actually set a new record up the long course Ascutney, which is insane. That record stood for 23 years until last weekend.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So,
he's such a cool guy too, which was helpful.
yeah.
Sometimes you meet these people that are big names and they aren't. So,
Now, isn't his background drifting? I know he does some manufacturing for cars and that, but isn't his background drifting, I think?
yeah, he's a Formula Drift driver.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And he'll be at Washington too. And I think that's one to watch. I think he's probably going to go for an overall record. I know when we were talking to him,
Yeah.
he said he's watching Travis's in-car video.
Oh, yeah.
So, that to give you an idea of the pace he's trying to set is significantly faster than the I'm hoping to just make it to the top pace that I'm going to do.
Right. Well, the difference there
So,
too is Travis won't be there for one, and then it's like we talked about earlier, it's fully paved, so
yeah.
the time should be quite different. Not, I wouldn't say maybe a huge difference, but definitely will help cut some time
Yeah,
off.
absolutely.
So, what do you think the weather will be like? Who
Well, I
knows,
paid extra
right?
for good weather, right? So,
Yeah.
uh, they sell the good weather when you rent the road. So, no, I'm kidding. I anticipate it to be beautiful and sunny and not too hot because I'll sweat too much.
Yeah.
So, but who knows? It's Mount Washington, so realistically, we could get about halfway up and it's snowing.
It
So,
could be, and yeah, it could be completely fogged in.
yeah,
I've heard some funny stories about things being fogged in, and somebody giving the drivers a hard time about the fog, and sure enough, it was pretty bad. It had
yeah,
befalled, I think, in 2011. I think they had some
yeah,
bad fog, and it had to be shortened, of course. So,
yeah. I don't remember the year. I know I connected you with Drew Young, who's run every single event since 1990. So
yeah.
he's got a good memory of that stuff. Um, but we moved the event from June, which it used to be held in, which was usually like right around 1 week after Pikes Peak, to
Oh, really?
August now. So better weather and better timing. We have quite a few Pikes Peak competitors coming out this time too. So
Okay, yeah. Excellent. Now going back, did you grow up in a car, motorhead family?
no, no, I didn't actually.
Mm.
Although my dad was adamant that my first car did have to be a manual. Uh,
Oh,
I
good.
got into I got into hill climb. My friend Patrick, his dad has been racing since the '80s,
Hmm.
um, and then he got into hill climb. And then after I graduated from high school, my buddy Patrick was like, "Hey, I'm going to check out this event at Ascutney in 2016. You want to come?" I said, "Yeah, I have no idea what it's about, but it sounds like a weekend away from home, so let's do
Yeah.
it." And I've gone to a lot of events since then, but I would say probably every event, like I said, with the exception of my brother's wedding since 2019.
Okay. Excellent. Do you have any other
Yeah.
siblings?
I have a little brother. He lives here in Connecticut too.
Oh, okay. So his wedding won't be for a while.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then it won't be on a race weekend. I'm going to tell him he has to do it between November and we start racing in May.
There
So,
you go. Yeah. You got to twist it like my brothers would do to me, twist my arm behind my back.
yeah, exactly.
So that first car was a manual. What kind of car was it?
It was a 98 Volkswagen Jetta, 5-speed manual, 2
Oh,
liter,
okay.
white. It was a great car until I rolled it into the woods, and then it was no longer a great car. It
Oh,
was the
no.
end of it.
Oh, no. So this year's Climb to the Clouds, you've got a pretty good entry list.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, is it over 80 entries?
We'll have 85 drivers.
85 drivers. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, those out of those 85 drivers, does that include those few kind of, I'll call them mystery slots that are kind of
Yeah.
there but not technically filled in yet?
Yes. So it's 85, including the TBA entries that are at the bottom.
Okay. Out of all of those competitors, I know you're competing yourself,
Yep.
and I know Drew Young will be competing again.
Yep.
Out of all of them, if you could exclude yourself, are there any, you know, cars, drivers that you're really looking forward to see? I know we talked about Turek and
Yeah.
his
Turek's
car,
a big
but
one. Another one, Chris Duplessis. He's a fast driver. Did a lot of rally stuff back in the day. Imported all those cross carts I'm sure you've seen, like the speed cars.
yeah.
And at least last time I talked to him, and that was February up in Maine, he was talking about potentially putting a liter street bike motor in one of those and
Oh,
seeing if he
wow.
couldn't come closer to Travis's time.
Wow.
Um, Bill Washburn's another one, very
Okay.
fast driver in a 2011 Subaru built by Vermont Sports Car. So is it an STI or is it a WRX or is it the Vermont Sports Car Special?
Oh,
Um,
nice. Okay.
yeah, he brought that to our last event of last year. He's a very fast driver in a obviously very capable car.
Yeah.
Um, and then another one that's just a cool story is my buddy Jamie. He'll be in 94 Evo 2. Now, obviously, I like the Evos.
Right.
But that's the old Pleasure Evo, which I believe has placed third at Mount Washington overall with Alex Grabo driving.
Oh, okay.
So he acquired that car because it was offered to me, and I at the time was like, I don't need a fourth one, but now I own 5, so I could have bought it, and then I would have had 6 now.
Wow.
But either way, it wound up in good and capable hands. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else. There's some like outliers. Jeff Zwart is coming.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be in a Porsche GT3 or something.
Exactly. Yeah. And he is a Pikes Peak guy. I think he's run. I couldn't tell. I don't know. Remember his exact resume, but
Yeah.
he's raced a ton of them. Another kind of wild one is Dan Rutan, which is the same Rutan that you've heard of, and I'm sure done some research.
Yeah.
It was his father that held the record in the Tub 2 up Mount Washington in the
Yeah.
60s. And he is coming in his Volkswagen Scirocco with it's all-wheel drive, I believe, with a Buick V6 NASCAR motor in it.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's actually the one.
How does it fit in that Scirocco?
Yeah, it's wild. If you're on Facebook on the NEHA group, New England Hill Climb Association group, the guy who's been helping him work on it, Warren, has posted some photos in like along with the build, and it is wild. And he is the one that actually held the long course Ascutney record up until last weekend in that car. So,
okay.
yeah, and Ryan beat him by 3 seconds, but obviously Ryan's car had Riger Rally suspension and a sequential and stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. That car got sold and shipped overseas, and then wound up back in Canada, and then Dan bought it back.
Okay.
So I'm very interested to see what he can do. He should be at our next event, local event, in the beginning of June with that car for testing.
Oh, okay.
So.
Now his dad, Bill.
Yep.
Built that famous. I mean, it's part Volkswagen, has a Porsche engine in it, and it's if anyone listening should go look up Bill Rutan's just bathtub, and I think you'll see a lot of Wayne Creaney photos of it.
Yeah,
and it is a very strange looking. It looks like a aluminum bread box with a Volkswagen Bug hood on it, and it is a crazy vehicle. But in the late 60s, I think it was, that he dominated.
And he's got all kinds of. I mean, Bill Rutan did tons and tons of racing when Patrick and I went down there to look at Dan's car when he bought it back, because he's in Connecticut too, just southern Connecticut. We're in northern Connecticut. His wife, Deb, was showing, Dan's wife, Deb, was showing us like all of these things that Bill had left, all these trophies and like, I don't even know what they were, like serving dishes that he won for winning some event.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Right.
Like old trophies and stuff. Super cool.
Yeah. Very
Let's
neat.
see.
Yeah, there's a lot. So I'm learning. For me, Tim O'Neill was amazing. Driving back in I think he won in 1990.
Yep, in the same car that he's going to be racing up this year.
Right, and then sort of his right hand man, Chris Sear.
Yep.
From the O'Neill Rally School is also going to be competing.
Yep.
So for me, that'll be fun to watch. And
yeah, the other one to keep an eye on too, that's in a rally car and likely to reset the female record, I guess would be the right way to word that, is Margaret. She's going from a restricted turbo Subaru to a naturally aspirated RS4. And she did beat me at Ascutney by, I think, 7 seconds.
Oh,
so,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, she's fast, and that's a fast car. And her and her co-driver Jen they like mesh so well.
Yeah.
They say in rally, like, if you get along with your co-driver, you're good. And these two, like, get along very well.
Yeah, Margaret Sharon does have the record of being the fastest woman.
Yep.
On the mountain.
Yep.
Yeah, she'll be fun to watch as well. There are going to be so many. It's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, I mean, I can just read you the whole list.
Oh yeah, it's over 3 days.
I can read you the whole list and tell you everybody here that I know I want to see, and everybody that I don't know I also want to see. But yeah, we practice Friday, Saturday, and then race day is Sunday.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there.
Yep.
For media, and I'm going to be doing as many interviews as I can in the afternoons, because all the runs are in the mornings, correct?
So it's practice on Friday is either top half or bottom half, but it's from like 8 to noon 1.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong on the timing, but I think that's what it is. We haven't finalized our event schedule, and we won't up until soon. I think within the next 2 weeks we have a meeting and we'll do it. But and then Saturday is the same thing, practice in the morning, and then Sunday is race day all day. So you do one run in the morning all the way to the top, come down, break for lunch, and then another run in the afternoon all the way to the top, come down, and then awards after that.
Okay, excellent. So I'll probably sneak my interviews in the afternoons then on Friday and Saturday. If everyone's not too tired.
Yeah, a lot of people hang around too, and we have some events planned on Friday. There's going to be a car show, which we haven't really fleshed out all the details on, and like on Saturday there's like a volunteer dinner banquet thing for all the volunteers. We have like 200 plus volunteers, and drivers and crew are welcome to come to that too. And we're working with Red Bull to put on some kind of like afternoon party to kind of tide us from the end of the race day to when we want to start our dinner event.
Okay, awesome. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So you mentioned volunteers. You have close to 200, I think you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Do you still need volunteers? Do you need people to sign up still for the event?
Yeah. I mean, at a certain point, we have too many. I don't think we've maxed out on them yet.
Okay.
So if you go on Motorsport Reg, you can sign up to volunteer on there.
Okay, excellent. And then for spectating, you have to purchase tickets, correct?
Yep.
And where do they go? Where do you go for tickets?
You go to the Mount Washington Auto Road website.
Okay.
I can give you a link that if you want to throw it in like the description or something. But you go on there and you can, I believe on Mountain Spectating for race day is almost sold out.
Okay.
But we have like an almost unlimited number of not really almost unlimited, because if 100,000 people showed up, we wouldn't have
Right.
space for them at the base. And you can watch the start line, and our ham radio operator guys have some kind of ability to beam video to a screen that we'll have down there. So even if you didn't get the spot you wanted on the mountain, or on mountain spectating is sold out, you'll be able to see clips of what's going on the mountain
Excellent.
through what these guys can provide. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun in that area. There's so much to do if you love the outdoors. I grew up in Massachusetts, so I grew up going to Rangeley, Maine for vacation every year for at least a week.
Yeah.
For, from when I was born till I was about 17 years old.
Oh, nice.
And so you take Route 16 and it takes you all the way up through, Franconia Notch and all that. So it is a beautiful area to visit and get outside and enjoy. And you just have the bonus of the hill climb and the motorsports now.
Definitely. And Rangeley's, that's where I was in February for the ice event that they put on, which was super cool.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about that? I mean, we're diverting from the topic, subject matter, but that's fine. I want to hear a little bit more about your experience.
It was cool. I'd never driven on anything but pavement before.
Mm-hmm.
I have no rally experience, never been to a rally cross, never really driven a car that was sliding. Everything I do is like track day, hill climb. You want the grip, you want the car to be going where you're pointing it.
Yeah.
And I had a 2010 S4 that I bought to drive over the winter, and took that thing out, and I failed miserably to chase my buddy in his Audi on super studs. He is like an old Quattro. Same guy, Frank, that owns the S1 that'll be at Washington, just a different car that he owns. Was not the S1. And then our friend Jamie Bellevue, who's a instructor at TMO, was like, "Hey, do you mind if I try and chase Frank? And I'll give you some pointers." Like, yeah, sure. So he gets in the driver's seat and I get in the passenger seat, and we go around this track that was plowed into the snow. And I'm like, okay, so the car can drive. It's just me that's having a problem. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, really cool, and very low key, and just a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
Connor Martel was there with the
with his open class rally car.
Right?
Yeah.
That must have been fun to watch too.
Yeah, it was cool, and he was giving ride-alongs to, like, random people that would show up, and
cool.
It was a very informal event. It was basically just friends of the guys that put it on, and
very cool. And I know the Presbolkowskis were there.
Yeah,
from Vilco, and so you had a good amount of rally representation.
Yeah, a lot of rally guys, and those guys are cool. I actually raced Duryea with Ryan 2 years ago, I think it was. So I knew him like very vaguely. We hung out for the weekend, and then it's like, I'll follow you on Instagram, and you're gonna go your way. I'm gonna go my way, and I'll watch you from afar. But then, racing is such a small community. We caught back up, and hey, how you doing, and all that. So.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, I can get to Duryea, but I'll be in New Hampshire for the hill climb, and you will be. And about a week or two later, I've got to come back up to New England and have some meetings up there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can squeeze.
It's cool. If you want to head down that way, let me know. I'll connect you with the people I know down there, and they'll treat you good. Yeah. So.
And for those listening, the Reading, the Duryea hill climb is cool because they have that big pagoda that sits on top of the hill there.
Yeah, so they run basically a short course and a long course. And in the beginning of the year, they run to the pagoda, and they stop there. And then later in the year, they run to the top, which is like where the fire tower is. I think it's Fire Tower that overlooks Reading.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another one, like, super historic. And they had last year, they had like one of the cars that was built by Duryea.
Yeah.
It used to be the car manufacturer. So they had one of his cars there.
Yeah.
And just, it was cool. And those guys down in Pennsylvania, I mean, every hill climb event that I've gone to is basically, you take all the same people, you just give them a different location that they live in, and everyone's the same. And down south was awesome too. In Kentucky, they treated us great. So
Well, one more thing about Duryea. The Antique Automobile Club of America is located in Hershey, so it's not too far of a run from there to Duryea. And
Yeah.
their logo is actually Duryea horseless carriage.
Oh, that's cool.
It's probably what you saw up there on the climb. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very interesting. And that one's cool. They shut down a main road, not a main road, but like a side road, and that's where you pit. So we hang out there, and you pit for the day, and then you drive back to the top, and you keep all your stuff like in your trailer actually at the top. So.
Okay, cool, nice. So climbing the clouds. What's any future plans? I know it's been sporadic since I'll say 1904. It's not a consistent year after year after year event. There's been some gaps there, but what's the future hold for climbing the clouds?
I would like to run it every year.
Yeah.
But I think that's very ambitious. I think every other year is also a good goal to have.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's definitely been an interesting education in how to market a large event. I'd never done that before. And so it's just finding sponsorship money, because big motorsports events on large scale are not cheap.
Oh, yeah, so, right. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I know how that is. Even for a rally, to raise funds for.
Yeah. Which, by the way, what a cool idea you guys had with sponsor the porta potties. I think that is the best sponsorship idea that I've ever seen.
So I'll give a little background and we can chat about it. So I help out with social media and that with the Susquehannock Trail Performance Rally, STPR, which is coming up in July, early July. I believe the 9th, 10th, and 11th. And one of our member or staff came up with the idea of sponsoring a porta potty. And so that's been actually a pretty good success, because porta potties are expensive, and for large crowds of people, you need porta potties. So we came up, I came up with the idea of not just putting ads up there, but have some fun with it, Obviously, there's a lot of play on words there you can use for, various things. Or if somebody wants to make fun of their friends, and name a porta potty after them or something. But it was, it's doing very well. So it was a fantastic idea. And I'll have to say that was Sue Ann's idea. She's part of the group there, and she came up with that idea. And it's been a great way of getting people interested. So
it's cheap enough that it's anybody could do it, like you're going with your team. And if I was going to that event with all my buddies, I certainly would pay to have a picture of my friend's face put there or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? For $150 for the weekend, it's like, whatever, I'll do it. That's funny.
It is. So. Well, and I thought of it too, because that it's a great idea, because I've been to a lot of museums. Even if you go to, again, the AACA headquarters in Hershey, if you go into the bathroom stall, you often see plaques that have somebody's name that they sponsored that bathroom stall or that urinal. So I'm like, it's not really too far-fetched or anything new, but yeah, it's pretty good. So.
Yeah, definitely. I love the idea.
So again, back to the future of Climbing the Clouds. So it's still early on to figure out, what's going on for the next event. But how soon after the event will you all reconvene? Like, do you guys do like a debriefing and then talk about, the next climb?
Yeah. I want to say we'll have a meeting probably shortly after. Mm-hmm. I don't know how shortly after. But yeah, my goal, like I said, is to continue to run it into the future.
Yeah.
And I've made quite a few good connections through marketing this event with people that can definitely help for the next one.
Yeah.
So I think, I saw somewhere somebody said that this was the last Mount Washington, and if I have anything to do about it, it certainly isn't.
Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, there's a lot of false information out there. That's too bad.
Yeah.
So, again, what are the dates?
It's August 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Okay.
Race day is the 9th.
And then if you want to spectate or volunteer, the best places to visit for that?
Volunteering would be the Motorsport Reg link, and the spectating would be on the Mount Washington website.
Okay. And the Mount Washington Auto Road is considered the, oldest tourist attraction in the country, I think.
I believe so, yeah.
And it's pretty much been in the same family since Civil War, somewhere around there. So it has quite the history. So
it definitely does, yeah.
Well, excellent, Greg. Thank you so much for your time, and let you get back if you have another engine you need to pull. Or
I actually do have to go fix my other Evo.
Okay.
But they're not all always broken. It's just me that lacks the time to fix them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, time is always a issue for everyone in their cars. But yeah, fantastic. Well, thanks so much, and appreciate you again.
Yeah, thanks for the time, and this was great, and finally get to see what Jim Booth looks like.
Yeah, right. Not that great,
No, it's just funny you talk. Even like when I went down to Kentucky, I've talked to so many people online, right? Like, through doing registration for Washington and all this sponsorship gathering and stuff. And then you just go and you meet them in real life, and you put a face to a name, and you're like, oh, that's what you look like, and that's who you are. That's cool. Like, I've chatted with you I've chatted with for months, and I was like, I have no idea what Jim looks like. I know what he sounds like because I listened to his podcast, but anyhow.
I knew what you looked like. You had sent me some photos early on of some of your hill climb, hanging out and stuff. So good.
Yep.
Well, all right. I'll let you get to it. Have a good evening and a good rest of your week.
You too. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care, Greg.
Yep. See ya.
Yep.
Bye.
If you'd like to be on the podcast, you can email me, jim@jimboothdesigns.com, or message me through Facebook at Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast, or Instagram, rallying_in_America. Special thanks to Brady Instruments, pro-grade, handmade, professional fuel hydrometers. Visit bradyinstruments.com for all of your fuel testing needs. Thanks to Toontank and the artist Nuclear Wave for the podcast theme music.